It's a new year, and how is Bud Light doing? Well, to be fair, not great, but then at the same time, not as bad as it has been doing, because for the most part, everybody is just settled into a nice malaise of apathy when it comes to the beer. The people that want to drink it, well, they're going to drink it, but they're also going to have to deal with a couple of jokes. But in general, the boycott isn't as strong as it was, and you wouldn't think so, right? Like a full force, years-long effort. It was never, ever eventually going to stick. And of course, all of these places do need to have a road to redemption. Because Anheuser-Busch, it is quite a pro-patriotic brand, but at the same time, you guys did something really stupid and it dominated the 2023 news cycle. So you do end up having to get your comeuppance on that. So yeah, just do the work, shut up, and maybe we'll check in towards the end of the year to see if anything ended up rebounding. So yeah, no, we're not ready to forgive Bud Light. You remember how we were boycotting Bud Light for trying to impose the cultural values of the standard Chardonnay swilling divorced shut-in cat lady upon America? That's just not exclusive to Bud Light, but okay, yeah, no, sure. As you recall, Bud Light decided it would celebrate some ugly dude who pretends to be an even uglier woman as some sort of hero, and then compound it with having a wine woman as a... No, it's always the liberal wine... It's always the liberal wine women, yes. Wine. Sounds like wine. That's not normally the descriptor that you use to be accurate. Executives explain that the consumers are a bunch of knuckle-dragging savages who are too stupid to understand the nuances of today's society. But to be fair, that broad who gave that stupid interview, she did get axed from the company. Alyssa Heinerschneid, don't know what she's doing right now, but not working at a beer company, I assure you that. It was obnoxious and gratuitously insulting to an audience, and it caught fire. We were fed up of having giant faceless corporations trying to impose their garbage values on us, and Bud Light happened to step into the kill zone, and he got crushed. So, whatever happened to that? Well, after you beat somebody into the ground, you don't continue to pummel their head into the pavement until it's just a fine mist that is left over. That's a touch excessive, but I like the enthusiasm of trying to crush your opponents completely, see your enemies driven before you, and then hear the lamentations of their women. Actual women, not Bud Light type women. What happened to the conservative unity? Bruh, have you even seen what's gone on lately with the Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, all of that other backstabbing, conniving stuff? Conservative unity? I've never heard that before, and for very good reason. There's no such thing. Look at the different sects of conservatism. Like, there's the same thing that goes on over on the left, but when they need to go ahead and focus all of their resources on a specific target, they do it better. Those collectivists over there, that's what they do. Conservative unity, yeah, there's too many free thinkers and too many disparate groups. You got the neocons, you got the tradcons, you got enlightened centrists that are out there that are just trying to backdoor leftism into the conservative movement. Yeah, there's too many disparate groups. I don't know what you're talking about. We finally took a scalp, a streak continued by the destruction of Pinko, Harvard's reputation. Harvard's reputation has been in the shitter for a long time. In case you didn't notice, they've been kind of discriminating against qualified candidates for years, but okay. Well, as conservatives often do, they have squandered their advantage for about 30 pieces of silver. Oh man, come on, you're not supposed to be so overtly anti-Semitic, but we can continue to deride the inability for conservatives to muster a united front, or we can just check in and see what Bud Light is out there doing. Well, we know that their partnership with the UFC, I don't know, they're just trying to get some of that goodwill that Dana White has cultivated off of a very aggressive demeanor, try to backdoor their product in, pun somewhat intended, with their partnerships with the NFL. But now, over the summer, when the NFL's in its off season, they're going to be the titular sponsor for the Olympics. Okay. It's interesting to note that, what did they drop, like $46 billion in market cap in 2023, but they still have all this money to throw around to some of the biggest names in sports? Very interesting. Embattled beer king Anheuser-Busch, which has seen sales nosedive over Bud Light's Dill and Mulvaney fiasco. We'll be able to check in with Dill here to see what that's up to in a minute. Has a new dance partner, and this one should be far less controversial. The Belgian-based brewer on Friday announced a long-term deal with the IOC for the next 3 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Go ahead and sponsor the athletes. Well, they end up taking a wrong turn, and then the next time around, they can can compete in the Paralympic Games. However, the maker of Budweiser, Bud Light tried to go ahead and marry those two together. Stella Artois and a slew of other suds will promote its zero alcohol beer, Corona Cero, as a global beer sponsor of the games, the company said in a press release. Oh, so they didn't want to go ahead and put Bud Light front and center. No, Corona. People like Corona, right? It's very popular. The move highlights a shared commitment to the IOC to be a responsible beer consumption, said the AB InBev CEO Michael Ducaris, who said that everybody was just far too susceptible to social media manipulation. What a goof. The sponsorship deal further attempts to distance Anheuser-Busch from Bud Light's now infamous tie-up with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney, whose ad for the brand on social media last April led to boycotts, caused beer sales to plummet to their lowest level since 1999. Oh, that was so fun. What a crazy story. Absolutely crazy story to cover in 2023. Bud Light was knocked from his 2-decade perch as the top-selling beer in the United States as Anheuser-Busch's other brands, including Budweiser, have suffered residual fallout. All because they had to go partner with somebody who is absolutely insane. Oh my God, brace for cringe on this one, fellas. I've been, keeping this one in my back pocket for a hot second, and well, Bud Light had to go out there and make some noise, so now I gotta share this with everybody.
Okay, honey, I hope it's a good time because we need an emergency meeting.
Okay.
So, y'all know I like to get dolled up.
I'd prefer if you didn't, but continue.
And I was going to get a bagel this morning after a sleepover with my friend.
Sleepover? That's gross. I need that out of my head.
Sweatpants. So I'm standing in line for the bagel, looking like this, which is not a normal Dylan outfit. Hottest guy I've ever seen in my entire life. Can I get your number? Yes. Looking like this? Yeah.
Oh my God, the narcissism and delusion which consumes Dylan Mulvaney might have just maxed out. Yeah, I haven't been keeping a running tally, but the amount of me, I, look at my outfit, even though these aren't my pants, is kind of weird if you're supposed to be dressed like a girl and you had a sleepover with the friend, but you haven't gone through with it. What? Oh my God, mental gymnastics are too much.
And then I keep walking. I've got my bagel. Hottest person. Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? I couldn't believe it. I haven't shaved. What? So you're telling me that I've been putting all this effort in and I could have just been like doing the minimum to get the maximum benefit this entire time? And now I'm kind of looking at myself in the sweatpants and I feel hot. So I think yes. And first one.
Oh my God. Okay, so like this is okay, like in all my years of, combing over the news on a daily basis, I've seen uglier women than Dylan Mulvaney. I'm not trying to go ahead and afford him, whatever, any sort of luxury of affirming their delusions. There have been some absolute ham planets that are out there, but I just want to let you know that, okay, this is the life of every below mid that's out there. They get more attention than top tier men. We've seen studies of this over and over and over again. Somebody that would be objectively rated as a 3, 4, or 5 gets more messages on social media apps and dating apps than 8s, 9s, and 10s combined in regards to men. So yeah, I guess all those hormone injections or cans of Bud Light are finally paying off. But what's the competition out there doing? Well, they're making sure that they don't make the same mistake, okay? Well, I probably would have went with a younger model. This is still knowing your audience because, okay, check this out. Lainey Wilson is the new Coors Light girl. I remember when Coors Light girls used to be a little bit better endowed and were wearing a little bit less material, but times, well, they are a-changin'. Yellowstone star and singer signs big multi-year deal. Hold my beer because I'm going on tour. Coors Light is partnering with country music star Lainey Wilson for a multi-year music partnership. The 31-year-old bell-bottom country singer will also be featured in a through the line advertising campaign, including digital and OOH, I don't know what that is, with retail materials starting to appear in stores in February of 2024. Hold my beer because I'm going on tour with Coors Light, says Lainey Wilson. 2024 is going to be another rule-breaking year, and I'm thrilled to have Coors Light along for the ride. I've never even heard of this chick before this. She's country music, so I just imagine she naturally has that accent, right? That's a bigotism. We can't wait to bring moments of chill to all my fans across the United States for my upcoming Country's Cool Again, y'all. It's not. It's still as ass. It's even worse than it's ever been. And through some fun surprises we have in store, Wilson made her acting debut in season 5 of the smash hit series Yellowstone as a musician character named Abby, where she premiered her original Smell Like Smoke, as well as showcased other hits. And I don't really care about all that stuff, but yeah, that's a terrible picture right there. Like, she does not look 31. She's supposed to be 31. She looks 51 in that picture. That's a little bit better right there, but okay. Like I said, for as much as I would appreciate somebody that is far more attractive than a 5, this is a beer company actually knowing their audience. Beer drinkers in general go to country music concerts, are blue collar individuals, probably watch Yellowstone on a consistent basis, like and marry mid-looking chicks. So this is marketing done incredibly correctly, and a stark contrast to the way that Bud Light kicked off 2024 with this absolute head case. So I guess, in a way, the world is healing. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.